Our spouse will let us down at times. Our children will disappoint us. Our family will hurt us. Business partners may fail us. People will fall far short of perfection. But God can never fall short of perfection. God is good. He is perfection.
This is a Truth Transforms Truth Nugget. A daily dose of truth for your daily transformation.
So why is God good? Well, the reasons are countless, but James seems to highlight one specific reason here. He wants to highlight the fact that God is good because He does not change. He is good because He is immutable. And James writes in verse 17 that every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. James draws attention to the fact that God never changes. He asserts that with God there is no variation or shadow due to change. These are astrology terms. There's a reference to astrology. The word translated variation means a shifting, a mutation. There's likely a reference to the orderly and periodic movements of the sun, moon, planets, and stars. He's pointing to the solar system and saying there's always a constant moving, there's a constant change. And shadow due to change. It may be referring to the phases of the moon. So there's a constant variation of night and day. There's a constant change. However, God does not shift. God does not mutate. God does not change. You know, we may receive light from the sun. It helps us get us through our day. We receive light from the sun and we do what we need to for the day, but that light goes away. That light only lasts a certain amount of time. It dims. It doesn't last. It fades. But God's light never goes out. God gives us eternal light. His light never dims. His light never fails. His light never goes away. The Apostle John wrote about God's eternal light. He wrote, "The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it." So we see then that God never changes. God declares this truth to the prophet Malachi when he said, "For I, the Lord, do not change." The author of Hebrews declared the same truth about the incarnate God-man, Jesus Christ. He pronounced Jesus Christ as the same yesterday and today and forever. And God always remains the same. His character remains. His nature is unmoved. His promises endure forever. And God never changes His mind either. As it's written in Numbers 23:19, God is not man that He should lie, or a son of man that He should change His mind. Has He not said? Has He said, and will He not do it? Or has He spoken, and will He not fulfill it? So we can depend on God. Or we can depend on the goodness of God. Or we can depend on the unchanging character of God. Or we can rely on the immutable promises of God. And God never changes. He'll never fail us. He's never going to fall short. And He'll never let us down as long as we have a proper view of Him. Our spouse will let us down at times. Our children will disappoint us. Our family will hurt us. Business partners may fail us. People will fall far short of perfection. But God can never fall short of perfection. God is good. He is perfection. A.W. Pink wrote this about the immutability of God. He cannot change for the better, for He is already perfect. And being perfect, He cannot change for the worse. J.I. Packer wrote the following in his classic work, Knowing God. The first and fundamental difference between the Creator and His creatures is that they are mutable, and their nature admits of change, whereas God is immutable and can never cease to be what He is. And God never changes. He is constant in His character, His nature, and His plans. As the psalmist declares, the counsel of the Lord stands forever, the plans of His heart to all generations. So why is it good that God never changes? It's good because we can depend upon Him. We can depend on Him no matter what life looks like. We can depend upon God. We see all things around us changing. Relationships will change. A person's health will change. The plans that we make might change. But God's love, His character, His promises, His goodness will never change. They will remain constant forever.